देखे किरकिरती भी जहां मिलने लगी क्रिकेट की सारी बातें जहां जोश भी है जहां होश भी है जहां क्रिकेट है आओ देखे किरकिरती भी.
No, you're still frozen. But we can hear you well, so just go ahead. Don't worry.
Okay. Hello and welcome to
Now
Cricket
you're
TV.
good.
We are excited to bring you an all-new series covering the ICC Women's World Cup. ये टूर्नामेंट जो है will showcase the best talent from around the globe, fierce rivalries and unforgettable performances. मैच के प्रीव्यूज लाएंगे, इन डेप्थ रिव्यूज लाएंगे, स्टार प्लेयर हाइलाइट्स, बिहाइंड द सीन इनसाइट्स, सब कुछ करेंगे कवर क्रिकेट टीवी पर. सो डू फर्स्ट लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल and we'll start about the ICC Women's World Cup. इंटरनेशनल चैंपियनशिप है, वुमेन्स वनडे इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट टूर्नामेंट. मैचेस खेले जाएंगे, वनडे इंटरनेशनल्स विद 50 ओवर्स पर टीम. 12 वर्ल्ड कप्स खेले गए हैं इन 5 कंट्रीज, जो मोस्टली इंडिया और इंग्लैंड ने होस्ट किया है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया सबसे ज्यादा जीता है, 7 टाइटल्स. इंग्लैंड हैज वन 4 टाइटल्स. इंडिया और वेस्ट इंडीज जो है वो फाइनल तक पहुंचे हैं लेकिन जीते नहीं हैं. तो लेट्स स्टार्ट अबाउट द वुमेन्स वर्ल्ड कप. विल स्टार्ट विद हेतपी.
I think this would be my first time actually in being invested in Women's World Cup. I'm really excited and looking forward to it. So thank you.
So I just curious question from me. It was that you didn't follow it, or it didn't hit you, or it's just that your sort of age group doesn't follow this, or what make why is it this the first one? Why didn't the earlier ones catch your attention?
I think it was never really broadcasted as the PR for Women's World Cup wasn't as good as the
Was
men's.
less.
तो अभी धीरे धीरे वो बढ़ रहा है. So
Mm.
I keep reading it in the news, but I have not really sit down and watched the entire match. That will happen this series.
Mm. No, it's good that Gen X or Gen Z or Gen Y is watching this because women's cricket needs it. Yeah. Priya.
जी. तो लास्ट वर्ल्ड कप जो है वो 2022 में खेला गया था, ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्सेस इंग्लैंड, जहां पे ऑस्ट्रेलिया जीत गया बस 71 रन्स. और कल फिर से शुरू हो रहा है एंड द फर्स्ट मैच इज बिटवीन इंडिया वर्सेस श्रीलंका, और ये गुवाहाटी में खेला जाएगा एट बरसापरा क्रिकेट स्टेडियम. सो वी स्टार्ट विद नारायण सर, योर थॉट्स फर्स्ट ऑन द मैच दैट इज गोइंग टू बी प्लेड टुमारो.
So I have been following two cricketers in women, Harman and Smriti Mandana, both of them for quite a time actually. And Smriti happens to be a Maheshwari like I am a Maheshwari, so I follow her more.
Oh my God.
So I was just looking at those, if you see the warm-up games which happened, India was defeated by England, and then India defeated New Zealand. And Sri Lanka, the Pakistan game had no result, but they narrowly defeated. They had a narrow defeat against Bangladesh. So Sri Lanka is on the back foot currently against India. And India में क्या है? There is a pacer called Renuka Thakur. She's returned to good form. So that is good. Deepti Sharma is an excellent spinner. I have also been looking at her. She's an evergreen spinner. देखा जाए तो. And Kranti God is among the bowlers. She's also doing quite good. Though Harmanpreet herself also bowls. And then we have good batters. If you see, we have the openers in Pratika Rawal. We have a Harleen Deol also. Then even our Richa Ghosh, our wicketkeeper, is also a batter. So we have good depth. Sneh Rana. So we have good depth in the batting. और अभी क्या हो रहा है कि 50 ओवर्स के अंदर वुमेन्स ओडीआई में भी 300 आजकल क्रॉस हो रहा है, और इंडिया ने भी कई बार क्रॉस किया है. So I feel I was told that the Guwahati pitch is basically a batting pitch to start off. Basically, it's batting friendly, good bounce on that. So in the initial stages of the game, the batsman will have good, good game, and then the spinners come up after that. तो अगर इंडिया जीतती है, बैटिंग करती है, तो मेरे को लगता है कि अच्छा स्कोर पुट अप कर सकती है. 250 to 300 का स्कोर कर इंडिया का होना चाहिए.
निखिल सर, आप क्या कहेंगे, कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है ये मैच जो कल खेला जाने वाला है, एंड व्हाट आर द चांसेस ऑफ क्वालिफाइंग फॉर द नॉकआउट्स?
One oddity is there in this tournament. West Indies is not playing because
Yeah,
Bangladesh pipped them out in the pre-qualifier, and so the 8 teams में जो West Indies has come to the final also once in the past, so they are not there. So I think that's a little bit of tragedy because they're fantastic players, and you know West Indies are very naturally gifted in
mm,
cricket, both men and women. So Bangladesh is very new. You know, they just played two matches or something like that so far, or two series, whatever. But very, very little experience. So we may have some one-sided matches in this tournament because of noise or new teams coming in or Kacha teams coming in. But I think by far the three teams to watch out for are India, England, and Australia.
mm,
And Pakistan also is actually like Bangladesh, because women empowerment is not there in some countries. You can't really blame them. they बुर्का पहन के तो क्रिकेट नहीं खेल सकते आप. तो मुझे लगता है ये जो अब जो वहाँ पे एक ये अवेयरनेस आया, अब क्रिकेट का जो अवेयरनेस आया इन दिस पार्ट. इफ यू लुक एट द इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट, Pakistan, Bangladesh men's teams are very gifted, very talented. So are the women, but the women were never given the chance. Now that they're coming out slowly, becoming more modern thinking, politics is changing. I think now they're coming into the limelight, but they still have a long way to go. So these two teams you can put aside. Sri Lanka is still struggling. I think India's recent performances against England, we won the T20, we won the ODI series against them. We lost marginally to Australia that were chasing 400 and we went up to 351 or something, and Smriti Mandana hit the fastest century
correct.
ever. I think she surpassed Virat Kohli's record also, some record. So I think great. I think the Indian team is going in with a great junoon because they have played well in the last 1 year. And I think जो लीड अप जो होता है वर्ल्ड कप को वो बहुत ही जरूरी होता है. जो हमारे जो मेंस टीम ने T20 में किया कल, एशिया कप जीत के लीड अप टू द वर्ल्ड कप, ये इंडियन विमेंस टीम जो है इस वर्ल्ड कप में एक विनिंग नोट पे आ रही है. दे लॉस्ट अगेंस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया, but they lost honorably and they lost fighting and they went down fighting. I think that thinking that we were just 40-50 runs away from chasing a 411 score is a fantastic achievement according to me. And I think kal ke match mein it could be a no contest. India is right at its peak. Sri Lanka is still struggling. They are in a sort of a gray area. Old guys going out, new guys coming in. एक transition period है श्रीलंकन टीम का. So you have half the team is veteran, half the team is new, and so there's got to be some chemistry coming in. India is a very well knit team. They have played together for a couple of years. They know each other. There's a camaraderie in the team. There's a chemistry in the team. Every person has their own जगह कि हाँ ये 2 down है, 3 down है, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, फास्ट बॉलर, स्पिन बॉलर, ऑलराउंडर, ये सारा एस्टेब्लिश्ड है. और मेरे ख्याल से यही एक इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा एडवांटेज है इन टीमों के सामने. कौन सी टीम? बांग्लादेश, पाकिस्तान, श्रीलंका. लेकिन व्हेन इट कम्स टू इंग्लैंड, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, साउथ अफ्रीका, डिफरेंट कप ऑफ टी ऑल टुगेदर. एंड दे आर ऑल्सो, देखिए फिजिकल भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. यू सी द टीम व्हेन यू सी विजुअली ऑल्सो, इंग्लिश प्लेयर्स आर टॉल एंड हैव. So I'm not trying to be gender insensitive, but I think it's important to see that in ODI fitness is important, right? You're playing 50 overs, it's not a T20, and you're playing in the sun, and it's needing a lot of physical exertion. So Australian players, English players, South African players, you'll see them pretty, looking down upon the Indian players in the sense physically. So we have a lot of players who are vertically challenged, who are a little thin. So, but ability, I think the inborn ability that Indian cricketers have is there in the women. We have some fantastic spin bowlers. I've seen the two or three of them. And Charani, I forget the name, Charani, Charan, it's
Sri Charani.
Sri Charani. My God,
Yeah,
what
orthodox
a
bowler है,
very
slow orthodox
orthodox.
right arm. Yeah,
Absolutely orthodox bowler, and I think these are the gems of the Indian team that can make or break the match, and we have them all there, and our batting is at its peak. I don't think anybody there any better in this tournament. Forget our team. and then Harmanpreet and Smriti and Jemima Rodriguez, and they just come out
Harleen,
and
Harleen Doyle. Harleen Doyle also is
Harleen
good.
Deol, Jemima Rodriguez, the
Yeah,
wicketkeeper Richa Ghosh. These are
yeah.
fantastic batswomen. I don't know, can't call them batsmen. I'm not sure whether batswomen is
Batters.
right. Bats,
You have to call
batters,
batters.
batters, absolutely. Or bat persons? No,
Yeah, yeah.
no, maybe not. So batters is fine. And I think they're very good, very talented. I see them at least qualifying for the knockout is given, but I think the semis, whoever they play against, will be the key. But they are definitely going to qualify for the knockout. सवाल ही नहीं उठता. It's such a fantastic team. And so tomorrow's match will be good. It will be a good lead up to the more difficult matches later on. And Sri
Mm.
Lanka will obviously not give in without a fight. And they have some new players who have come in now, fresh and hungry for success. So let's see how that happens, how that works out.
Any players to watch out for in Sri Lanka? Any of you following the Sri Lanka team?
Sri Lanka's captain, Chamari Athapaththu, she is
Hmm.
now there for now 5 7 years. I think more than that also. But
Hmm.
what is happening is she's not getting support from the other, as Nikhil mentioned, that is half old, half new. So those team members also have to gel like what they are gelling,
Hmm.
and they are, uh, you know, possibly उतना एक्सपोजर नहीं मिलता होगा उधर, लाइक द एक्सपोजर विच इंडियंस एंड अदर टीम गेट, तो एक्सपोजर नहीं मिलता होगा, उस चक्कर में शायद वो उतना एक्सपोज नहीं हो रहे हैं टू
Hmm.
गुड क्रिकेट एक्चुअली वो सब. Coming to our openers, if you see and Smriti, they have been jelling quite well for the first, as a openers throughout. अच्छा खेल रहे हैं, काफी innings उन्होंने साथ में खेली है. And then it is followed by called Jemima and Harmanpreet Kaur. They both, they also in the middle order they do well. And Smriti का तो आपने देखा होगा, she is now called the run machine for India. After the World Cup 22, she has scored 2,000 runs in these 3 years actually. So she is a run machine in herself. तो अच्छा है. दीप्ति शर्मा एज अ स्पिनर, शी इज गुड. एंड रेणुका ठाकुर, आई सेड द फास्ट बॉलर, शी इज डूइंग गुड क्वाइट. एंड इफ आप देखोगे ना, ये टूर्नामेंट इज अमंग एट एट कंट्रीज, तो चार तो अपने एशिया वाली है, इंडिया, पाकिस्तान, श्रीलंका, बांग्लादेश. और चार दूसरी, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, न्यूजीलैंड, इंग्लैंड एंड साउथ अफ्रीका. एंड इट्स राउंड रॉबिन. एवरीबडी, एवरी टीम प्लेस एवरीबडी, सो हर एक आदमी को पहले 7 मैच खेलने हैं. हर एक टीम को 7 मैच खेलनी है. और उसमें से जो टॉप 4 आएगा ना, दे विल क्वालिफाई फॉर द सेमीज. तो इसके अंदर अगर आप देखो तो टॉप 4, ये 5 टीम में से 4 आने वाले हैं, कमिंग टू दस, बेसिकली. So I don't find Pakistan, Lanka and Bangladesh would be difficult to come in the top 4. तो ये इंडिया और बाकी चारों के बीच में ये गेम, अगर ये टूर्नामेंट मोस्टली वहीं फोकस होना चाहिए.
And just a word on New Zealand because they're just coming out of a T20 championship victory in 2024. So New
Yeah,
Zealand are the T20 champions in the women's format. So
correct.
they are coming in on a high from that championship, and they do a lot of local playing also, a lot of local tournaments. So they always, in India you don't see that. You don't see, we have the women's IPL now, but it's just of recent vintage, and that's just say 1 month in a year. There are no local tournaments, whereas New Zealand, Australia, England have local women's tournaments, so they keep on playing throughout almost throughout the year. And New Zealand has a very fantastic team. Sophie Devine has been there around for ages. So I think that's going to be again Kartaki Takkar. India has to play against, as Narayan said, these 4 teams, and that's where one of them will get pipped out. We'll have to get pipped out for India to creep in. So we've beaten England. We've beaten England in England, I think. So that's good. We almost beat Australia in India. So and we are playing in India. I think the good part is we are playing in a home ground. It's India and Sri Lanka is not far away from home. It's almost like home. So India has the home advantage, and I think with that advantage, it could go past South Africa, go past New Zealand. Australia is a problem. They are a fantastic. I mean, they are like what West Indies was once upon a time in men's cricket,
Yeah.
unbeatable. Nobody
Hmm.
could beat them. And the Australian women's team is something like that. So India will have to watch that. I think Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan is a given.
Hetri, what would you say about the pitch
Yeah.
tomorrow? And what do you think could be a good score?
I don't think I'm not sure. I have to read about the pitch. Sorry.
Okay.
Sir, please.
Where are they playing?
Guwahati, Guwahati.
Guwahati. Guwahati.
Bharti.
Oh, okay. Narayan, your thoughts on that?
Actually, what I read was it is a बैटिंग फ्रेंडली पिच है
Hmm.
बेसिकली, और गुड बाउंस रहता है उसके अंदर, तो बैटर्स को अर्ली स्टेजेस में अच्छा चांस मिलता है बैटिंग स्कोर करने का, और उसके बाद में स्पिनर्स कम देयर आफ्टर एंड देन दे गेट अ चांस टू स्पिन वेल। तो उधर 250-300 रन बन सकते हैं उस पिच के ऊपर, जो भी
Hmm.
बैटिंग पहले करेगा।
Hmm.
अगर आप देखोगे अभी कि 5 ही वेन्यू पे गेम, ये पूरा टूर्नामेंट खेला जाने वाला है। गुवाहाटी है, एंड डीवाई पाटिल न्यू बॉम्बे में अपने इधर, इंदौर है, विशाखापट्टनम है, एंड कोलंबो है। तो 4 इंडिया के स्टेडियम्स हैं, एक स्टेडियम श्रीलंका का है। और श्रीलंका का बेसिकली 7 मैच जो पाकिस्तान खेलने वाली है वो वहां जाके खेलेगी। एक्चुअली इंडिया भी वहां जाएगी पाकिस्तान का मैच खेलने के लिए, तो बाकी की टीम वहां ट्रेवल करेगी मैच खेलने, ऐसा। और मतलब कल 30 सितंबर है, और 2 नवंबर को फाइनल है। सो इट्स ऑलमोस्ट द एंटायर अक्टूबर विल बी
Whole
with
month.
these matches throughout.
Yes.
So I have a
Um,
question for the two of you as ladies. The more this is more to understand how you look at, because it's women's world cricket. Women's cricket is still catching up, right? अभी ऐसा नहीं है कि हर घर में women's world क्रिकेट के women's क्रिकेट सब लोग जानते हैं, गावस्कर कौन है था, और कपिल देव कौन था, और विराट कोहली कौन था, और रोहित शर्मा कौन था, और अभी कौन सूर्य कुमार कौन है, वगैरह वगैरह। Because I think that naturally comes at the dining table. बट हम घर में डाइनिंग टेबल पे विमेंस क्रिकेट की बात नहीं करते कभी, क्योंकि इतना पॉपुलर नहीं है। तो आपके नज़रिए में, एंड आइदर कैन हितवी यू कैन गो फर्स्ट इफ यू विश, हाउ exciting do you think, how would you be, how would you look at this as a something that excites you, or something that you would want to watch, or how do you see it folding from a gender perspective? Men like me and Narayan, we just love cricket, whether it's played by in the gully with children, or women play it, or men play it, or it's played by machines. I think we'll go and watch any cricket, and be passionate about it. Your Hetu, your generation, Priya, your generation, you two are a little apart in generations, but much younger than me. How would you, how do you see this? You think it excites you? You think it's something that you would watch if you were not doing this program? Would you look at it? I would say, थोड़ी यार कल स्कोर देख लूंगी.
I think the way we have been wired from the very beginning, we have seen cricket as a gentleman's game. The women were never part of it. Just the way कि kitchen में women है, cricket it was linked to men. So seeing a woman playing it, and I have never played it. I was never invited to play a cricket game. It
You
was
changed
like,
that.
"Tum dekho," you can cheer me or you can sit. I was never given a cricketing bat. तो वो मेरे में कभी आया ही नहीं कि वो खेलना है. But now that they are playing, it's very inspiring. It's really good to see women entering every field in an equal level. की है. अभी मैं क्रिक बस पे ही देख रही थी इन एन एप्लीकेशन कि वहां पे वुमेन का स्पेशल अलग से एक है कि
Yeah.
वुमेन इट्स नॉट इंटीग्रेटेड विद इंटरनेशनल्स ओडीआईज दिस एंड दैट. इट्स अ सेपरेट सेक्शन वुमेन. तो आई थिंक देयर इज अ लॉन्ग वे टू गो बट इट्स अ ग्रेट बिगिनिंग. इट्स अ ग्रेट बिगिनिंग.
When you say that, I also was looking, searching for the thing on the schedule of ClickBuzz, and I didn't find it till I noticed that there's a separate box there that says
Yes.
Women's World Cup, and I was like, yeah, that's a good point you make. That why should it be separate? Why could it not be part of a normal schedule where there's a men's and women's and T20, but you bracket it separately because you think there's a separate audience for that. It's not the same audience as the men's cricket. I think that's where I agree with you. Things have to change because women's cricket is now almost as good, as fast-paced, as interesting, as edge of the seat as men's cricket. And it's like I think tennis also was like that for some time when tennis, women's tennis was supposed to be easygoing, 2 sets, 3 sets, watch popcorn
yes.
cow. And the men's was like, oh my God, shout, scream. But now you see the women's one also very fast, the way that they serve and the return of serve. Same thing is happening in cricket, I think. And I think that a lot of credit has to go to the subcontinent where we never played this game. It was restricted to Australia, England, South Africa, that part of the world. But now it's all integrating into a world championship. Who thought of 8 teams in women's cricket? Never. And with West Indies not there, actually it's 9 teams, and maybe others are coming in Canada, etc. So I think yes, I think it's catching up, And I think support from people like you, Hetvi, and your, when I say you, I count you as a representative of generation. I think if that comes in, I think that's going to be very good for the game. And I'm a big supporter of women's cricket because I think this game is not gender specific. This game is not a men's game. It's like, say, for example, boxing or wrestling, you would probably look at it a little differently. This is a game of skill. It is not a game of strength. And when it's a game of skill, then it has to be gender neutral. Your thoughts, Priya?
या सर आई डोंट लुक एट इट जस्ट फ्रॉम क्रिकेट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बट ओवरऑल अगर स्पोर्ट्स में देखेंगे तो विमेन गेट वेरी लिटिल चांस जो कि अब है वो मिल रहा है क्रिकेट में भी मिल रहा है हॉकी में भी मिल रहा है इनफैक्ट हॉकी में जीते भी हैं लेकिन इतना पॉपुलर नहीं है बिकॉज इट्स अ वुमेन्स गेम यू नो तो इट्स नॉट लाइक अ मैंस गेम के जो लोग देखते हैं सपोर्ट करते हैं बट नाउ आई थिंक समवेयर इट इज ग्रोइंग एंड इन द नेक्स्ट 4 to 5 years आई सी के विमेन्स क्रिकेट जो है वो बहुत ज्यादा ऊपर आने वाला है देयर इज अ ग्रोइंग कंपटीशन हियर एंड आई थिंक इट इज मच नीडेड
Yeah, and I think even movies play a good part, bend it like Beckham, and such movies that come which inspire the women folk to do what they think
या
they want to do. बस घर से peer pressure तो होता है कि ये लड़की तो क्या कर रही है, शॉर्ट्स पहन के क्यों जा रही है, या लड़कों के साथ क्यों खेल रही है, ये थोड़ी ना तेरा काम है. As Hetvi said, it was a woman's role to be at home and in the kitchen and not in the Maidan, and that stereotype is changing, but it needs a bit more encouragement at the school level, I think. And I think if women's cricket is now start, if you start like how you have Harris Shield and the Giles Shield. I don't know if you follow cricket, local cricket, but those are the Times of India Shield that you have in Bombay. It may not be there in Gujarat, I don't know. But in Mumbai, we have a Harris and a Giles Shield, which is a school level shield for school level people. I think that's only for boys. If you have one for girls, I think that's going to be pushing the game further up. So anyway, I'm very glad, and I think I'm not going to let you guys go as anchors. Priya, I'm going to anchor the next show. I think the lady should be commenting
ओके
on the ladies match and saying this female didn't play well or that woman didn't play well. And it's for us men to say yes, yes, yes. Come on, come on, guys, come and compete with us. Let's have a mixed team with men and women playing together. What's wrong with that? Why should you have a men's and a women's team separate? So maybe we'll see that in a few years from now, where you don't
या
have to have a separate men's team. You have one India team, 11 players,
कुड बी
a good team, 5 men, 4 women, two neither men nor women. Nowadays you have the
Inclusive.
choice of saying him, her, they, me, where, whatever. I don't know, but but that leads you to think that this is sometimes boxing they say in a men's tournament a woman who's converted to a man or a man who's converted to a woman can't fight, transgenders are there, but these are things that I say half in jest, half seriously, but I think this game is fantastic. Let's all watch it. The reason why we are doing this program on Cricket TV is that we want to popularize this. We want people to watch. We want people to say and understand that this is not a time pass. It's serious game. It's a serious cup where people play seriously and they play seriously good cricket. And I think we are doing a little for society by going to trying to make this popular with the viewers on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever we are, on Instagram. So, guys, watch us, look at this because this is the future. And the ladies you see here, they're going to be commenting for you on on,
या
on each match.
वी शैल डू आवर होमवर्क
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to take your class.
Under Narayan's guidance.
No, one thing I wanted to say, and I agree with Hetvi, is that this sport was not popular among women, maybe for a lot of things. There were no budgets, there were no commercial budgets available, earlier. अगर आप देखो अभी आज के दिन में lot of the women cricketers getting brand endorsements. There is one ad jointly with Smriti and Bumrah. तो
It's
क्या है
all
पैसा
about
भी
money. It's all about money, honey.
हाँ तो क्या
Right?
है कि जैसे पैसा आएगा और स्टेडियम्स भी अच्छे होंगे पॉपुलर होगा तो क्या है देन सी आज के दिन में इफ यू वांट टू सी कि अगर मैं मतलब स्मृति और हरप्रीत बॉल दे हैव टेकन इट एज अ करियर
Yeah.
तो पहले करियर की नहीं थी भाई ठीक है
हम्म
थोड़ा बहुत खेलना है खेल ले भाई 2 साल खेल ले
Uh-huh.
स्कूल कॉलेज में
Dulan Goswami was I think, a police person. These are
या
these are they're coming from a police background or administrative background. They're doing a job and playing cricket as a passion. It was not their main occupation. You're right.
if you remember Diana Adalji,
Yeah.
in our times,
Yeah. Yeah.
she was working for railways.
Yeah.
and playing for railways. Then she became the Indian captain, and then from she had one of the longest innings as a woman cricketer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she was like the Gavaskar of the
Yes.
men cricket. He was the Gavaskar. तो
True.
ये जैसे जैसे एंडोर्समेंट्स बढ़ेगा, अगर आज लगान बनेगा ना तो आमिर खान से नहीं बनेगा, रानी मुखर्जी से बनेगा एज अ टीम, एज अ वुमेन्स टीम
बिल्कुल,
से देखा
बिल्कुल,
जाए.
Hmm.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. Because so years of women empowerment, guys, and I
Yes.
think we are so happy that we have two of the most knowledgeable ladies about this game
Game.
with us on the show, and we are going to test the knowledge beginning tomorrow after the match, and I'm going to be comparing the show. Narayan, you can come in with your incisive question and ask the ladies your questions. So come prepared, guys. Come prepared.
Yes, we will.
Okay, it's
Okay.
Priya.
Thank you. So I think that's it. We'll watch the match tomorrow or लौटेंगे review के साथ. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank
See you
you.
soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
आओ देखें किरकिरी